Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Michelle here from Querencia in Los Cabos, Mexico, and we are this morning doing a yoga sculpt class. So it'll be a vinyasa flow, adding in some weights. Weights will be optional, but have some hand weights close by, have a yoga block, something that you can reach for the floor with, perhaps a blanket or cushion for your knees, and that's all you'll need this morning. Let's get started. So we're going to start this morning in child's pose. At the back of your mat, knees wide, we'll untuck the toes, big toes to touch, and then just take a moment, stretch forward, let your forehead come down to the mat, and if your forehead doesn't reach the mat this morning, just use a block or a cushion, and we'll be here for a few breaths. And just know that child's pose is always here for you. This is your resting pose this morning, so if you need a break, please come back and rest here. So as you're in child's pose with the knees wide and the big toes touching, the thighs start to open, the hips start to open up a little bit here. Even the ankle bones will start to open. And most importantly, this is where you'll find your breath. So at first, just observing a natural breath. In and out through the nose. And as you settle in, you'll start to hear that breath come a little bit more through the throat. So it's a small constriction of the throat. So as you inhale, it'll start to sound a little bit like the ocean. And imagine that you're trying to fog up a mirror with your mouth closed. And as you inhale, take it slow. Have a pause at the top of the inhale and allow your exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. And I want you to imagine my hands just resting on top of your hips. And very gently, as you exhale, I'm pressing hands into your hips. So the hips become a little heavier to your heels. Your fingers are spread, you're reaching towards the top of the mat. We'll keep the elbows down for another breath or two. So a really nice stretch all the way down the armpits, the ribs. And on your inhale, I want you to feel a little bit longer through your spine. Take one more breath here in the center of the mat. And then start to lift up the elbows, lift up the palms of the hands, just take it to the fingertip pads. So you're right to the first knuckle of the fingers. Gazing forward now, start to shift your hips side to side a few times. I'm going to take this shape and walk it off towards the right side. So as you walk to the right, you might cross your left hand on top of the right just to get a little extra stretch. And as you do that, try to keep your left hip really heavy to your heel. And just take a couple breaths here into your left side. Again, inhale, create length down the left side. And on your exhale, left hip becomes a little heavier. And on your next breath, start to walk slowly forward into the center. And take it off towards your left side. Every day is different, every side is different. So just checking in this morning. Where are the sticky spots, the tight spots? Breathe there. And then cross right hand on top of left for a little extra stretch. You just want to create as much length as you can from your right hip to your right pinky finger. One more breath. And we'll bring ourselves back into the center. Moving it nice and slow, making our way up into 4-point kneeling position. Knees under hips and hands under shoulders. Start to find those first knuckles again, spreading the fingers wide. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow this morning just to warm up the low back, let your belly fall. Let your pelvis tilt to the sky, shine your heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Move your cow pose. And then tuck the tail, push into the floor. Feel the ribs and the belly start to pull in, and the shoulder blades stretch away from the spine. So as the belly falls, we find cow pose. Inhale here. And then exhale to tuck, scoop, and round to your cat stretch. And we'll just take a few rounds. Take any movement here that might feel nice this morning. Sometimes it feels good to shake your hips side to side as you round your spine. A little bit forward and back feels good as well. Just take a movement that feels kind of nice for your body. Allow the elbows just to kind of be soft, shoulders to be soft here. So as we work with the hand weights this morning, just remember there should be no pinching pain in your shoulders or your neck. Any shoulder injuries or any pinching pain, or maybe the weights aren't the best choice today, so just be careful there. Otherwise, the weights will be used here and there. All right, so starting here, we're going to take our right foot off the mat, tuck the toes. Start to hold on to the weight in the left hand. Left leg will be straight here. I'm going to scoop my left arm up to the sky and gaze up towards the sky. Pushing into the floor with the right hand, create some space under the armpit. So think of hollowing out the right armpit here. All right. I'm going to take the arm down towards the floor, and as I do that, I'm going to tuck my tail, round the spine a little bit, sweep the hand up through the chest, and reach back up to the sky. So on the exhale, elbow bends and reach to the floor, draw the tummy in, give a little tuck of your tail here, and then pushing hips forward, opening the hips again, opening up the chest. A few rounds. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale to sweep the arm up to the sky. Option to raise that left leg into the air if you'd like this morning. Keep my breath in and out through the nose, just by way of the throat. Let's take it a couple more times here. And then last one. Hold it here. We'll take the arm forward, palm facing down, and then bring it back up again, and then over the ear. So the palm is facing down, turn chest to the sky, and really think of stretching your left side. I'm flexing left ankle, getting a nice stretch to the back of the hamstring, the back of the calf muscle. Take one more breath. And then exhale, let's make it all the way down. Find tabletop position, take a round of cat-cow, shake that out. Belly falls, shoulders roll back, heart moves forward. Exhale to tuck, scoop, and round the spine. And take it to the other side. Left foot comes off the mat, we'll kickstand, and then the right leg will take it straight. Got the weight in the right hand, and sweep your arm up to the sky here. Bird party happening here today. All right, so bend that elbow, pull it to the chest, and touch the floor. I'm also going to think of rounding my spine over here. Nice stretch down the back and the ribs. Inhale to scoop it back up. And then exhale to bring it down so I can do a little tug of the tail, scoop in the belly here. Inhale, hips press forward, open the hips and chest. Option to add in the right leg, lifting off the floor for a little extra oomph or something. Keep my ankle flexed. So there's a nice stretch in the back of the calf again and the hamstring. Scoop with your breath. Inhale up, and exhale to scoop it down. Let's do two more. Last one, you bring it up and hold. Take the arm down so the palm is facing down, line the shoulder. And then bring the arm back up. And this time coming over the ear, palm facing down. Just watch out for those little pinch points in your shoulders. Turn your chest to the sky. And take a big deep breath on your right side. Exhale, let's make our way back down. Find tabletop position. Walk your hands slightly forward your shoulders here. Tucking into your toes. Exhale, press your hips back to your heels. Inhale, pull all the way through. Open the chest. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Taking a couple rounds here. Exhale, moving back. Starting to feel the abdominals pull in, the two bottom ribs tuck in. Just giving a little bit of energy to the pelvis and the tummy here. Let's take one more round. Coming all the way forward, resting onto the belly for a moment. Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Hands are spread, the fingers are spread. Energetically, you're pulling your heart forward. You're also pulling your elbows towards each other. Nice wide collarbone. Legs are active, glutes are squeezing. Feet onto the floor. And from here, just take a couple of rolls of the head. So it's going to drop the head to the right, down towards the floor, off to the left, and a little gently behind. And as you move to the side, so whichever side you move to the right. You want to feel a nice stretch in your left, but you should feel no pinching in the right. So just be careful that you're moving around any of those painful spots. You don't want to be sitting in a painful spot on the shorter side. Reversing directions a few times. Still thinking, lifting up the chest, pulling the heart forward. One more time. And then slowly making your way all the way down to the floor, hands on your shoulders, legs together, little squeeze through the inner thighs, press the feet into the mat, inhale, lift into a baby cobra, elbows into the body, shoulders roll back. So inner thighs are squeezing here, kneecaps are lifting up, feet press into the mat. And you're light on the hands. Take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Good. Resting down for a moment. Separating the legs again, we're going to press back up, knee in tabletop position. Make sure your middle or index finger are facing forward. And think of grabbing the earth with the fingertip pads so that you don't feel too much pressure into the wrists. Tuck your toes. We're going to hover our knees and inch off the mat here. Breathe. So pushing into the floor, feel the shoulder blades spread away from the spine. A little tucking of the ribs. The back is protected. So let's take another breath here. We're going to start to walk the hands a little bit more forward now. Press the hips back to the heels, knees are still hovering, gazing towards the toes. Just be here for a moment. Might even try to connect your belly to your thighs. Yes, getting a little deeper. Good. And then keeping that nice long spine, let's press our hips to the sky, working to our first down dog this morning. Go ahead and bend your knees, pedal out your legs. Maybe you just got up this morning, maybe you've already gone for a nice walk. Just check in with the legs and the hips today. Always working towards breathing nice and slowly, even when things start to get a little bit more heated. Good. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Take a few rounds here. Not forcing the heels down, just kind of seeing where you're at today. And gazing at your navel. If there's tightness in the shoulders, turn your hands a little bit right and a little bit left. One more breath. Snap, crackle, pop. Good. You're tighten the legs, bend your knees. Work towards getting a long spine over straight legs. Straight legs will come with time. Good. Look forward. Let's walk to the top of the mat. And from here, bend your knees, belly on your thighs. Grab your elbows, shake side to side a few times. Just let your head relax. Open and close your mouth a few times. A tiny smile helps to release the jaw. Keep the knees bent, the chin tucked, release the arms. You're going to grab the weights and just really slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. As we come up, tuck the tail under, hips are open, shoulders roll back a few times here. Roll the shoulders forward a few times. Good. Roll the shoulders back just one time, turn the palms to face forward. Pick up all 10 toes, spread them wide, and then place them back down on the mat one time. Just keep here for a couple of breaths. This is your mountain pose, Tadasana. You're trying to feel some energy pulling up through the earth, through your heels, all of your legs, through your spine, out the crown of your head. One more breath. Just work a little bit of balance to start this morning. So hands on your hips. Shift the weight to your left leg, spread your toes. We bring that right leg up into the air. Then I'm going to flex at the ankle. Start to raise the arms up into the air. Palms will face each other. So the arms are reaching, the arms are straight, but softening through the shoulders. And then from here, bend the elbows, press the leg back. Might soften into the left knee as you reach the right leg back and reach the arms back at the same time. All 5 toes point down, and then you'll feel your right hip stay facing down. Long neck. Again, bend into the elbows, bend into the knee. Let's reach it right back up to the sky again. Knee comes up in line with the hip. And then exhale as we bend the elbows and press it back. Try to hold for an inhale. And then exhale, we'll bend the elbows, the knee, come all the way up again. Let's try 2 more. And you're pressing firmly into the mat with your left foot, left big toe. Just squeeze on the left bum. Nice and slow and steady, working on some balance. And we'll just take 1 more. And on this one here, we're going to bend into the front knee, step back safely, take your time. Hip distance apart between the legs, back heel is lifted. And we're into our high lunge here. So tuck the tail, draw the ribs, and again, let's reach the arms up. And then exhale, bend into the elbows, find those cactus arms, the goalpost arms. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, bending into the elbows. As we bend the elbows, maybe a little bit of a bend on that back knee. And then we try to straighten out as we reach the arms to the sky. So inhale to bend. And then exhale to extend. Little squeeze on that right glute. Right hip stays forward, left hip stays back. Spine is long and straight, so just squeezing a little bit into the tummy. Tucking the tail, ribs stay in. Let's go for 2 more. Last one here. Good, bend into the knee, find that lunge one more time. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale. Let's find the floor, weights down, step back, kneeling plank. Always the option to come down to the knees. Inhale here, look forward. Exhale, let's take our first vinyasa. Knees down as you need. Exhale, chest and chin touch, or chaturanga. Untuck your toes, firm up the legs for baby cobra. Maybe the body's ready for up dog. And then slowly tuck your toes, press back up. We need a downward facing dog. Good, recovering here. So down dog and child's pose are your recovery postures. And also shavasana. You can take those anytime you need. Good. Let's inhale the right leg high to the sky. Look forward, shift forward, bring your right leg all the way through. We're coming all the way back up into our balance. Oh boy. There we go. Other side. So right foot is down. Grip into the big toe. Squeeze the right bum. Arms reach up to the sky. You notice which side of your body is a little bit more balanced. And that's what it's all about. Finding that balance. Bending into the elbows. We're stretching the left leg back, stretching the spine forward, softening right knee. All 5 toes point down. Just try to feel that your left hip faces the floor just as much as your right. So we're going for 4 of these. Take your time. Let's inhale to come back up. And then an exhale to bend into the elbows. Reach back, squeeze shoulder blades together, lengthen the neck, no wrinkles in the neck. Taking it at your pace here. Inhale up. Exhale, feel and hear that breath in your throat, your ujjayi breath, your oceanic breath. That helps you to breathe slowly. Feel this in all the places this morning. Sometimes we feel it quite a bit in the ankle. It's really good for strengthening out the ankles. Good. This one here, we're going to reach up one more time. And then step it back on this next one. Softly bend right knee, step back knee in our high lunge. Make sure there's distance between your feet, about hip distance. Back foot is lifted, tuck your tail. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, let's bend into the elbows, practice the arms. Elbows press back, check that the wrists are straight. Inhale, reach up again. Good. As you bend the elbows, might add in a little bend in that back knee. And then pressing up through, the arms reaching to the sky. Heavy into your front heel. If you're a little wobbly this morning on this side like me, just think of squeezing inner thighs. Left hip forward and right hip back. Let's take a couple more. Last one. Let's find our lunge one more time. Reach up to the sky. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, mindfully taking it to the floor. Use the weight, step back. Let's meet in plank. Let's take a high plank here. So bum a little higher, tuck your tail, round your spine like a cat. So really hollowing out the bottom belly. Just make sure you've got that nice grip with all the fingertip pads. Look forward, take some breath. Without changing your feet, let's press up to a down dog. Might not be the perfect size, but just hold it there. Press your heels down. Heels up. Good. Shift to plank on your exhale, high plank. Hold, inhale. Inhale, put your belly button up and over a hurdle. Back into down dog without changing feet or hands. Heels up. Exhale, forward and up and over that hurdle. Think of like a fire under your belly button that you have to lift away from the fire. Back to down dog. Good. Inhale, goes up. Exhale, one more time to plank. Gaze forward, hold, inhale breath. Exhale, take vinyasa. Knees down as you need. Moving through either cobra or upward facing dog, hands by ribs. Here, pull the heart through and lift up the knees and the thighs. Press the top of the feet to the mat. Exhale, pulling the belly over those fires as we find our down dog again. All right, let's bring the feet together to touch. Lift up the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Might get a little bouncy here, your choice to step up or maybe do a little jump to the top of the mat. And we find our forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Flat back here, shoulders back. Heart comes forward again, bend your knees and fold. Grab your weights, inhale all the way back up, reach up to the sky. Gentle back bend here. And then exhale, hands can come pull through the heart. Good, inhale, reaches up. Good, exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Good, plant hands, step back, let's meet in plank. You'll hold it here in a side plank. Option to take the knee down. You go to the right hand first and take it to staggered feet. Left arm reaches to the sky. Now round the spine, scoop in the tummy, touch the floor again like we did at the beginning. Inhale, reaches up. Squeeze top of inner thighs. Exhale to touch the floor. Inhale to reach up. Try 2 more. Last one. Inhale, reaches. Exhale, we take our plank pose. Good. If the weight doesn't feel good in your hand on the floor, just spread your fingers and do it the traditional way. Side plank, other side, left hand. Reach up to the sky. And then a little round of your spine as you touch the floor. Inhale, reaches up. Squeeze into the top of your thighs. Exhale to tap the floor. Good. You're lifting your hips to the sky a little higher again here. Tuck into your ribcage. One more time. Finding your plank, hold. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, vinyasa. Holding it at the bottom here. Let's find baby cobra and hold. Shoulders roll back. Feet onto the mat, firm up the legs. Grabbing into the weights now, we're going to reach the arms back. Keep the neck long. The palms are facing up. And we're doing little pulses. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keeping the legs firm. And just breathing slowly here. Using your back deltoids, your triceps. Just muscles between the shoulder blades. Last couple here. Good. And then rest the arms, rest the head for a moment. And then again, we're going to come back up. This time, legs together. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Turn the palms to face each other here. Breathe. Option to lift up the legs. Good. And now, palms face up again. And you've got 10 more little tricep presses, little breaths. Or slow, deep breaths, whatever feels good. As long as you're breathing. Squeeze legs together. Give your bum a little squeeze. Last one. And the arms can come down. Rest for a moment. Big toes touch. Look to one side of your mat. Front side Shavasana. And we start to gaze forward. Press back up to the tabletop. Meeting in our high plank. Hold for the inhale breath. And then exhale. Let's just go straight to down dog on this one. Alright, inhale the right leg high. Bend the knee, flex the ankle, and open the hip. Keep the right shoulder down. And I just want one big circle. Knees touch. Big circle with that right knee. And then one more in the opposite direction. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Look forward. Shift forward. Right leg is coming all the way through. Grab your weights. And let's meet again in our higher lunge this morning. Tailbone tucks under. All right, here we go. Reach up. Breathe for a moment. Find that nice tuck of tail, back heel lifting, and squeeze the inner thighs. And start to hinge forward, bend my elbows, and reach it back. Now the body's on a long line. Keep that left hip coming forward. Arms mindfully come to the floor and up. Maybe by the ears, bend the elbows, stack the spine again. Inhale, reach up. Bend the elbows. Reach down and hinge forward. Arms slowly come through. In by the ears as we stack back up again. And just breathe as feels good. I like to exhale forward. And inhale as I stack the bend. Forward is where the body needs a little more oomph. And the inhale lengthens the spine here at the end. Let's go for 2 more in this direction. Should be feeling some good work in that right side bum. And that right side leg. One more time. And you just try to hold here. Reach up to the sky. Little extra squeeze on that left side bum. Hip forward, reach up. One more breath. And take a bend into your elbows. Turn to warrior 2. So adjust your step a little wider. Heels in line. Knee to the right, knee over your ankle always. Tucked tail and spine straight. Palms face up. I always like to do some bicep curls here. So exhale to squeeze, and inhale to release. Make sure the back foot is planted firmly on the mat. Back pinky toe edge presses down. Feel that left quad engage, left kneecap lifting up. Heavy in your front heel. Let's go for 2 more. Good. Left hand on your hip. Right hand reaches up to the sky first. And then we're going to reverse our warrior. Just be here for a couple breaths, and as you do that, try not to stand up. Try to stay into the lunge. The knee presses to the right. Chest opens to the right. No pinch points, no sharp pain in those right shoulders. One more breath. And let's straighten out the front leg there. Reach your arms out, palms are facing up to the sky again. Good. Okay, and then from here, bend the knee, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh. Start with left arm forward, palm down, and then palm up. Shoulder feels okay, it goes over the ear. Turn chest to the sky. Big deep stretch on your left side. Breathing here. The body's feeling good today. Maybe you go a little deeper, closer to the floor with that right hand, and you're squeezing your arm into your leg, opening up through the hips. So squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. Take another breath here. One more inhale. And then exhale. Turn to face the floor, runner's lunge. Left hip forward, right hip back. Breathe. Weights can move off to the side now. And just here, you're light on your fingers. Should be able to always wiggle your front toes in a lunge, so you're not gripping too much with your toes. One more breath. And spread fingers, exhale, press back to plank, hold for the inhale breath. Facing forward, exhale, vinyasa. Inhale through the cobra, up dog, squeeze shoulders together. And then exhale, moving from your belly all the way up and over to downward facing dog. Recover here. Big deep breath. You know you're holding your breath this morning. Open the mouth, let out some air. Absolutely. Let's inhale the left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, flex the ankle. As we open the hip, try to keep left shoulder down. And just draw one nice big circle with your left knee. And another one the other way. Next inhale, we reach it back, move forward. Shift forward, left leg is coming all the way through. We'll grab our weights and we will meet in our higher lunge. Okay. Feet about hip distance apart. Start with your front knee over your front ankle. Right hip forward. And let's reach up to the sky. Soft shoulders, but lots of energy for the arms. Okay, have some fun with this. Bend the elbows. Reach down as I inch the spine forward. Reach back. So I'm a long line from the back heel to the crown of my head. Arms mindfully come down and back up. Stack the spine again, and then use the elbows. So it's down, forward on the exhale, up, then elbows on the inhale. And just take your time. The whole time now you're thinking right hip forward, a little squeeze on that right bum. As I come forward, the ribs stay in, the back stays flat and strong. Energetically, kind of feeling like holding your feet, you have to go to the bathroom. Just kind of allows you to engage your pelvic floor muscles a little bit more. Let's take one more time here. Holding this one up here, take a breath. Then use the elbows, we'll turn to find our warrior 2. Just an open hip posture, so that little tuck of tail just allows the ribs to draw in. And just keep mindfully thinking of your left knee pressing to the left. Arms up to the side, palms face up. And on your time, we're taking some bicep curls. Try to feel that right pinky toe pressing strong into the mat. All the foot is flat. It's the same pressure, but sometimes we roll to the inside of the foot on this one. Gotta make sure that that back knee is protected. Let's go for a few more. Last 3. Last 2. And the last one here. We take our right hand to our right hip. And then the left arm is coming up, softening the shoulder. And it's all about that nice turn of the ribs to the sky here. Should feel quite nice. This one is a bit of work in the legs to hold. It's A nice open through the chest, through the rib cage, and through the hip. One more breath here. Bending into the elbow, and we'll rest the forearm on the thigh. Or you can keep your right hand here. If your shoulder is tired this morning, you can always take a bind behind. And just open your chest to the sky. You'll still get that nice stretch down your right side. Otherwise, palm down, arm up, and over the ear. Now focus on rib cage, spiraling to the sky. Take another breath or so here. And then take it to the floor. Take the weights down. Spread the fingers. Exhale yourself back to your plank. Pull through the inhale, breath goes forward. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale through. Open the chest in your up dog. Never rush, just feel that really nice squeeze of your shoulders together. Scoop the tummy. Be leaning downward facing dog. And down dog. You're always gazing towards your navel. Your neck is long. One more breath here. We'll walk our hands back to meet our feet. Bend into the knees. And then we do peace fingers between our big second toe this morning. When you create a lock with your thumb and your index finger, look forward, inhale, bend elbows to the side. This is your halfway lift. Working on straightening the legs. Keep your belly on your thighs. Exhale, elbows bend to the side as you fold. So there's a pull. You're pulling on your feet, but you're also pushing them down at the same time. And think of lifting up your hips to the sky. Keep body weight to toes. You should feel the pull more towards the backside ribs, the armpits. Just letting gravity release your neck and your shoulders. Just take a couple more breaths here. Lengthening your spine, inhale. Exhale, pull, straightening out the legs. One more breath. Releasing the hands, inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Look forward, mindfully walking back into your plank. Hands over your shoulders, heels are lifted. Tuck your tail, squeezing your ribs. Inhale here. Exhale, optional vinyasa, kneeling down dog. Let's inhale the right leg high to the sky. Good, look forward, shift forward. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. And then bring it to your left elbow. And then to your right, and then to your left. And then just take your time, right and left, squeezing your tummy, pushing into the floor. Maybe a little faster. Last couple. Good, inhale, reaches back. Woo. Exhale, come forward, right leg through, grab your weights, and we meet in our warrior two one more time. Okay, palms facing up, soften shoulders. Bicep curls one more time, adding in the front heel. Heel lifts, I curl. Heel comes down as I release. Exhale, and inhale. Just a few more. Let's go for 4, for 3, 2, and then last one here. Good. Little stretch forward, and then let's take it back, reversing the warrior. Right knee still moving to the right. Softening the shoulder. Another breath here. Might get a little deeper into that right side lunge. Next inhale brings you back to your warrior. Exhale, stretch forward. Rest forearm on the thigh. Left arm is going to come up and maybe over the ear. Not a bad place to lose the weights if the shoulders are tired. You might be just fine though. And let's have a little bit of a play here. I'm going to reach the right arm off. Yes, open chest to sky. This is always a fun one. Gonna come on up, straighten the front leg. Bend into the knee, but keep that knee moving to the right. And it's like you're between two panes of glass. So we're gonna lean to the right and straighten the leg, reach up to the sky, pushing hips forward, still in our open hip posture. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Exhale. Should feel all the things here. Everything is working. Go for 2 more. Last one. Good. Take the hands down, knuckle to knuckle. Turn into a second position. Yes, our goddess pose. Heels in and toes out. Bending into the knees. Still opening the hips here, so a little tail tuck. Here we are. Right heel lifts. Exhale, left heel. Try not to move your hips too much here. Let's keep those hips pretty steady for a moment. I know it's hard for this one behind her because she likes to dance. So she's probably going to want to shake her hips a little bit. Hips are steady for a moment. Good. We're going to hold it here. We're going to take a nice stretch. So say one arm reaches over the belly, one arm reaches overhead. Try not to move the legs here. And then we switch. And if you keep those knees wide, keep pushing hips forward and leaning a little bit back, you should feel a really nice stretch down the side. Just be really soft through the elbows. And you'll know when the weights are not for you, right? Sometimes the weights are nice and sometimes they're a little much. Take a couple more times here. Let's take it back. Hands on the hips, straighten the leg for a moment. Reach up to the sky, push hips forward. Squeeze your bum cheeks, gaze up. Star pose. Exhale, bend back into the goddess. 2 more of those. Star. Feel like you're pulling your heels towards each other here. And then goddess. 1 more. Okay, knuckle to knuckle. One of my favorites. Don't move your legs, they stay where they are. Tuck your tail, stick your bum out. A little tuck, a little squeeze. Really good for opening the hips, getting some mobility in your low back. So we're gonna go almost a little cat stretch in our goddess position. Last couple here. Arms are just hanging for a moment. Now hip hikes. One hip moves towards the ribs and then the other side. Still try to keep those knees a little bit wide. Maybe you heard a little crack in your hip joint. It's good. Unless it hurts, then it's not good. Good. And then we draw circles with the pelvis, but we're just trying to keep those knees wide. So if you know your knees are moving in, just put your hands on the front of your knees and just tell them to stay right where they are. And then reverse, opposite direction. Yeah. One more time. Good. And then try to find one more time. Right here. Hold it nice and still. Take a breath. Inhale, straighten legs, find star. And we're going to turn. We're going to move warrior 2 on the other side. So left knee will bend. Make sure your heels are in line. Usually heel to heel or heel to arch. It's okay to turn the back toes in about 10 degrees, but the foot is very firm to the mat. All right, here we go. Palms are facing up. Bicep curls with the front heel lifting. Exhale to curl with the heel. Inhale to release. So from the hips to the crown of the head is a long line. Nice and straight, neutral back, which means there should be a little gentle curve in your low back. So you're not over tucking, not back bending. Last one here. Right hand to hip. Let's take our reverse warrior. Take a breath here. Might sink a little deeper into that lunge. Now just really feel that nice pinky toe connection to the mat on your back side. One more breath. Exhale back to warrior. Stretching forward now. Forearm on the thigh. And then from here, taking care with the top shoulder. So I know my right shoulder is a little sore today, so internal rotation, and then the arm can go behind for the bind. Open the chest to the sky. And just be here for a moment. Let's sink a little deeper into that lunge. And if the shoulder's doing okay, maybe that right arm comes over the ear. Left arm reaches over the ear. And then we come up, straighten the front leg. Just want to make sure whatever you're doing with those shoulders that it's, a bit of work, but no sharp burning pain. Super important. Exhale down. And then inhale back up. And maybe you do 2, and then you say, okay, now my shoulder needs a break. Just honor the body. Let's go for a couple more. Left knee moves to the left. Take one more here. Good, knuckle to knuckle. Take it back. This time feet parallel, heels in line, toes face forward. Firm up the legs, squeeze into the tummy, heart forward as I hinge forward. Body weight starts to shift towards the toes here. Just gonna be here for a moment. We're gonna bend one knee at a time. moving side to side. And as you do that, you're trying to line up your knees with your feet. If the body's feeling pretty good, shoulders are okay, maybe palms up to the side. So I'm sending my tail back, stretching spine forward, but body weight is more to the toes here. Maybe adding in some arms, some flies here as you go side to side. We are working into our forward fold in a moment here. Just adding in a little bit more athleticness this morning on a Friday before the weekend. Let's go for one more time each side. Back to center, knuckle to knuckle, halfway lift, and slowly hinge forward. Weights can come to the floor. Hands on the floor, inhale, lift halfway. Some of you may need a block here. Good, and then Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. I like to give people freedom here. There are so many ways. If your legs are bending, then really, this is where you are. You're just working on gently straightening the legs over time. You might be using a prop. Some of you have an advanced practice. You have headstand in your practice. This is a great place to play there. I'm going to give you a good 30 seconds more here. If you're kind of on the in-between, a little bit like myself, you might be walking your hands in line with the arches of your feet, spreading your fingers, and just really working on keeping a long, straight back. And then eventually that spine comes closer and closer towards your legs. Head eventually might touch the floor. No wrinkles in your neck. From there, you might be grabbing feet, grabbing your legs, giving a little hold. Wherever you are, try to soften low back, soften inner thighs. So keep the quads and kneecaps lifted. Every time the birds chirp like this, I feel like we're in Snow White. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, grab weights, knuckle to knuckle at your chest. Firm up the legs, the bum, the tummy to inhale your way all the way back up. We're going to heel to our feet closer together, not hip distance, wider. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, bending to the knees. Any fold forward, always engage through the tummy. Let the weights go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, fold. And just enjoy this. Might ragdoll the spine again. Might be able to reach behind and grab wrists, forearms, or elbows. Another one that I really like, and I'll show from the side, is where you kind of reach behind and try to get your elbows as far behind your legs as you can and connect the palms to the back of your ankles. Relax the shoulders. And then from here, I'm keeping belly on the thighs and lifting up the hips. And imagining one day in my mind's eye that my head might touch my toes. So finding the straightest spine and straightest legs that I can find for my body. Body weight is slightly in your toes. Take another breath here. And then you release. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Holding onto your weights, inhale, rise all the way up, reaching up to the sky. And then exhale, hands can come through your heart. Good. All right, so we're going to take a dancer's pose this morning. Okay, so I'm going to have my weight only in my left hand. So just need one weight for this one. Right hand is up. We're going to hold onto our right foot. We're working towards the inside at the ankle joint. All 5 fingers together. If perhaps for the shoulder you can't hold the inside, you might hold the outside of your foot. And if you're working on balance, maybe go to a wall and just work on the beginning, right? Setups are so important. So when you're here, you're holding your foot, knees squeeze together, and you're already in a back bend. And dancer's pose is a back bend. Let the right shoulder relax. All 5 fingers together, and left arm reaches up. The palm is facing towards the right side. And find the trick here is just to find a focal point. And it should be a little bit higher than your head. So back bends, we want to look up, not down. Start to gently kick foot to hands, so squeeze your glutes. Rubber movements, have some fun with it. And keep focusing on reaching and kicking about 50-50. Here in the setup, you'll feel a little pressure, foot to hand. A little squeeze of your right bum. And then you just take that shape down to where you feel comfortable, and you kick and stretch. Equal simultaneous. So it's a nice gentle stretch in dancers. Squeeze into that left glute. Left leg ideally is nice and straight. And then slowly make your way up. Yes, good. Weights optional, of course. So without the weight, you would have the same idea. So hold your left hand, hold feet on the ankle bone on the inside of your hand. 5 fingers together, knees together to touch. And as you bring your knees together, you're almost thinking of gently stretching your left knee down towards the floor. Now as the right arm comes up, I'm going to fan the fingers on this one. I've let the weight go. Soften the shoulder. And find a focal point again. And just know that this might be okay. Maybe you stay here and just start to gently kick foot to hand. And just breathe. Breathe, kick, and stretch the right side. So you have one side of your lungs compressing, one side stretching. Just take it nice and easy. Have a little fun with it. Let's take another 2 breaths. We tend to hold our breath in this one, so breathe deep. Your inhale brings you up. And then release it down to the floor. Yes, good. Okay, let's do one more balancing pose. I'm going to grab a weight for this one. Balancing on your left leg. Right leg is coming up. Relax the foot. Make sure the foot is slightly forward of the knee. And we're just going to gently take that right knee out to the side without the hips twisting. Grow really tall here. And then my weight in my left hand. And I'm going to sweep my left arm out to the side. Breathe. I'm going to look slowly now, looking towards my left side, testing my balance. Try to keep the knee up and the foot forward of the knee. Slowly make your way back to center. Try not to let go. Knee comes in. I'm going to hold the weight in both hands. Reach my hands to the sky. Without leaning back, I'm going to stretch my right leg forward. Flex the foot. Point the toe. Tuck in the tummy. Flex. Point. Flex the foot, lift a little higher. Maybe one more time. Point. Flex. A little higher. And then release. Give those legs a shake. Okay, one more time, other side. Anytime you balance on the leg, it's got to be like some good ankle support here, so spread your toes, dig into the floor with your big toe a little, squeeze your right bum, tuck your tail, all those good things. Layer 1, just working on getting that leg up, be in line with hip, relax the foot, and the foot's going to want to tuck back in, try to bring it forward. Hips stay facing forward like headlights. Yeah, you only go so far. Right arm out to the right. Soft shoulders. Maybe you test your balance today by slowly shifting your gaze to the right. Keep growing taller and taller and taller. Bending the elbow, bringing the knee back in. And hold the weight in both hands and reach to the sky. And stretch the leg forward. Good, now grow tall. Careful not to back bend here. Point the toe, flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot, lift it higher. Point, flex, higher, and release. Good. Give those legs a shake. Let the weights go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open mouth, push out the air, bend the knees, press the arms back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Good. Forward fold. Rest. Shake your head, shake your bum side to side. Grabbing onto your weights, making sure you're at the top of your mat. Let's meet there. Forward fold again. Just keep it there. Just turning to face forward now. Final fun little challenge. Bring your feet together to touch. Might be a little space between your heels. And you're slowly make your way up into a chair pose. Uttanasana. Reach down to the sky. Now knuckle to knuckle. We're just a little deeper. I'm not going into a full twist in this one today. I just want you to focus on your knees staying together. You're just going to tap your right elbow to your left knee. And then left elbow to right knee. Notice if the knees are shifting. That's what this is about. Knees stay together. Squeeze in your thighs. Squeeze the tummy. Almost there. Woo. One more time each side. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Release the weights. Fold forward. Separate your feet hip distance. Bend your knees. Shake them about. Yes. So let that all go. Open the mouth, let out some air. Spread fingers, step back, lean in our plank. Inhale to hold. Optional last vinyasa, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Your hips are tight, take a moment in up dog and just enjoy that nice opening of your hips. Moving always from the center of the body, scooping the tummy, hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog here. Inhale the right leg high. Look forward, shift forward. Right knee is coming to right wrist. Settle the shin down. Look back. Make sure the left leg is straight out of your hip socket. Untuck your toes. And we're here. I just want you to spread your fingers again, like we did at the beginning. First knuckle off of your mat. Should be really wide here. Shake up side to side. And think of this like if it looks like a push-up, it's more just kind of really flowy. Elbows bend, shoulders are soft. Almost like you're doing a little extension when you come up, and almost a little dive forward, round the spine up. And just enjoy that stretch. In pigeon pose, careful that there's no sharp pain in the front knee. If there is, you need to lie on your back and just do a figure 4 stretch. Okay, let's take this down. I'll show that one just in case. So figure 4, you're still going to get that nice stretch in the side of the glute. A deep bum. And then of course you just lift up and just grab whatever you can reach. If you're on your back, you're working towards a heavy tailbone, knee gently pressing forward. So that will give you the same benefit. If you have a knee injury that allows you not to be in pigeon pose position. Okay. Supine, recline pigeon. Just enjoy, right? This is, yoga sculpt tends to be a lot of glutes, a lot of leg, a lot of hip. So this is a really nice hip opener, really nice hip stretch. My really flexy friends, you might be able to bring your foot to the mat for the last few breaths, reach forward. Another nice one is a shoulder stretch. You would take your left arm through. So your hips are going to move a little bit. But you would have your left palm facing up. Try to get your left shoulder and left ear down. And the right arm can just stay. It can reach forward. Or again, internally rotate that right arm bone and then reach the arm to the bottom. Lots of fun options here. Let's just stay another maybe 2 or 3 breaths. Although I know I can stay here all day. A very nice stretch on that right side hip. All into the quad, a little bit to the knee, with no sharp pain. If you're in a shoulder stretch, in the next breath or so, that right hand is going to push you up gently. Take it back to pigeon, tuck back toes, walk through the movement slowly. Take back tabletop, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Go ahead and shake your legs, give them a shake. Should feel kind of nice on that right side. Inhale the left leg high. Look forward, bring it forward, left knee to left wrist. Choosing to lie on your back, switching sides. And always look back to make sure that your right leg is straight, untuck your toes, the foot is straight. I also think of pressing my back foot into the mat. Just a nice way to stretch the ankle. Go ahead and if you enjoy those swan dives, take a few of those. Just a nice way to make sure your hips are level. As you come down, you should feel pretty good stretching your left bum. If you have no knee injury, you're feeling good. The shin eventually does go a little bit more forward. If that happens, you want to flex your ankle. And go ahead and settle into your pigeon. You're here for about 30 seconds. Some people stay up all the way, they're just kind of here hanging out. You want to be able to breathe always. Any yoga pose you do. Breathe slowly. If that shoulder stretch felt nice, swing the right arm through, shoulder away from ear, palm facing up. And to bring my ear down, I can reach. Some of you might need a block for a bit more comfort. And your left hand can stay, it can reach forward. If you'd like to bind, make sure you rotate the arm bone inwards and then take it behind. Wherever you are, just breathe. breathless over here. Don't fall asleep. We're almost done. Okay, it's a nice one. If you've done the bind this morning, just release the bind, take your hand down to the floor. We'll use a little bit of upper body strength to push us up. We're just going to swing right out to our left glute for this one and swing the legs all the way around. Bend into the knees, hold behind your legs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck, scoop, and round. Just want a nice seated cat stretch for a moment. Open your legs a little wider. One more time, sit up. Reach the arms forward and slowly roll all the way down onto your mat, please. One vertebra at a time. Releasing yourself all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little love. Bring your knees together and your feet together. Way to flex your ankles. Put your hands on the front of your thighs. And you bring some pressure here, so push hands to thighs, thighs to hands. Relax shoulders. And when you tuck your tail, scooping your tummy, you're going to feel almost like you're trying to lift your tailbone off the floor. I want you to close your eyes. And I just want you to breathe. But I want you to really focus on gently pressing back into the mat, scooping in your tummy, keeping this pressure. Last little bit of heat into the tummy here this morning. One more breath. Good release. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, hold the front of your ankles. And just pull that shape in as much as your body allows. Use your elbows to gently open the knees to the sides. Rock side to side a few times. Good. Let's stretch the legs out. Point the toes, flex the feet. Point the toes, flex the feet. Circles with the ankle bones. A few times the other direction. Happy baby. Feet on top of the knees. Bend into the elbows. If you cannot reach your feet yet, no worries. Hold behind your legs, hold the ankles. Just work on knees in line with feet. And eventually working towards a more heavy tailbone. We're not going to play the happy baby this morning. As much fun as that is. Roll the shoulders down the back. And take another breath here. Bring the legs in, plant the feet to the mat. Close to your bum, arms pressed down. On your inhale, lift up your hips. If you would like to rest this morning, then just place a block under your sacrum and just be here and rest. If you want a little bit more this morning, hold the side of your mat, roll your shoulders under, allow your chest to open more, your belly to lift to the sky. Try to release your glutes, but press into your heels. If it's available to you, you might be able to walk your arms underneath, interlace the fingers, and press the arm bones into the mat. Knees and feet in line. Big belly breaths. Inhale, let your belly rise. Exhale, it falls. Feeling strong this morning, option to raise up a leg into the air. And do the other leg. Take one more breath. And if you interlace the fingers, you'll start to undo that. Arms flat to the mat, palms down. And just slowly roll down now, one vertebra at a time. Open the feet the width of the mat. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Another nice one to relax the hips. Nice work this morning, everybody. Go ahead and stretch your legs out. Take a good morning stretch. Point your toes. Reach your arms overhead. Belly, ribs, hips, everything stretches. Stretch the front of the ankles, the front of the feet. I like to grab a thumb behind. Think like you're pulling your hands apart in opposite directions. Hold on to your right wrist. And as you pull on the right hand, you're going to kind of move your upper body over to the left. You're gonna move your hips a little to the right. See if you can bring your legs together and shift your legs over towards your right, the left side. A banana stretch. And take it to the other side, holding onto your left wrist. Hips move a little bit to the left. Stretch off to the right, even move your legs to the right a little bit there. And try to stay pretty level on your sacrum. This is a really nice stretch, banana stretch. You take it to center, and you take your Shavasana, and you rest. A beautiful rest of your day, everybody. Be here, take some nice slow breaths into your belly. Nourish. From my heart to yours, happy weekend, namaste.
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 Namaste in Shavasana.
Namaste in Shavasana.